We pick the situation, you decide.
Is it petty or is it valid? Let's get to it.
Welcome back to the Petty or Valid podcast. We are your host, Jan.
Antoine. And today we got a real good one. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, my boyfriend and I have been living together for about a year, and I'm starting to feel resentful. All right. When we first moved in together, we agreed we split household responsibilities. But lately, it feels like I'm doing everything. I clean the kitchen, vacuum, do the laundry, clean the bathroom, and keep the apartment looking decent. Meanwhile, he'll walk around past a full trash can, dirty dishes, a pile of clothes, and somehow not see any of it. Last week was my breaking point. I spent most of Saturday cleaning the apartment while he played video games. When I finally asked if he could help, he said, "You should have told me what you wanted me to do." Okay? That annoyed me because why do I have to assign chores to a grown man? Now he's saying I'm nagging. And I'm saying I'm tired of feeling like his girlfriend and his maid. Am I wrong for expecting him to help around the house without having to be asked every single time? Yon, is her feelings in perspective and her complaint, is it petty or is it valid?
Ooh. Okay, let's see here. So, how does she word it? Is she wrong for feeling what'd she say? Is she wrong for feeling
Basically, is she wrong for feeling like she should not have to assign him chores?
okay. All right, so my opinion, I just think it's just probably more of like a communication thing. So no, she's not wrong for feeling like he should just automatically pick up around the house and she should not have to tell him to take out the trash, to do this, do that. But I do know that some people's upbringing forces them to be certain ways. Like uh I've encountered, households where the men don't really do anything inside the house, but the women keep it clean. They do the laundry, they cook, they do all of that, and the man just, take care of the outside of the home, like the yard, the cars, and all that good stuff. So I do think that what she should do is probably just communicate to him that maybe she would like for him to pick up here and there, and do the stuff like that. Is she petty for feeling the way she feel? Only if she's communicated this before. If no, if she has not communicated that she desires for him to pick up and, do other stuff around the house, then she's petty. If she have not communicated it, then she's petty. If she have, then she's valid. So
Okay.
that's what I think.
Okay. Because it sounds to me like he doesn't have an issue or a problem, and he hasn't read the room, right? He hasn't been able to see that that there is a problem and that there is a desire for him to step in and to help out around the house, etc. Because he says here, I think he
You
says
should
something
just
like,
tell me.
yeah, he says something like, what now?
He said like something like, "Oh, you should just tell me if you want me to do ABCD."
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, I think that's what he said. He said, you should just tell me. So it sounds to me like, Jan, like she hasn't communicated it to him just yet. I think she has an expectation that he should just know. And I agree with you. A lot of guys grow up with, in a household, not just guys, the ladies as well. A lot of people have an upbringing that says the woman does most of the household chores, etc. Um,
Gender roles.
yeah, you know what I mean? More gender roles. Now, from where I stand and from where I come from, I grew up like that as well, where I grew up where everybody pitched in. Everybody. I grew up in a house full of boys, raised by a single parent mom. So for her, she wasn't finna do it all by herself. That's dead, right? So we all knew what it was like to chip in around the crib, take the trash out, do the dishes, vacuum the house, dust things, do things outside, do laundry. We knew what that was like. He may not know what that was. He probably grew up in a household where his mom and all the ladies in the house just took care of all of the household
Mhm.
things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he may not be thinking that he's wrong, but I do think that he gave her a sign. I think his response spoke volumes. He really, it may be a thing that he just may not really know. He may be ignorant and she hadn't said it, and she's building this animosity over time, thinking that he should just get a clue and get a hint to help her out.
Yeah, I actually call that like a hidden expectation. We all have them,
Hmm.
to some degree. We all in our heads and hearts, we have those things that we just feel like you should already know. Like I should not have to tell you, but I mean, in all fairness, some things you just gonna have to tell your partner. Like you're gonna have to communicate that because we all, are brought up differently. We all have different beliefs. Um, and it's just like that. Like again, like I say, um, now the way I grew up, everyone will pitch in, but I watched more of, my dad, taking care of the outside anytime something break in the house, anytime, the cars, gas them up, wash the cars, all that type stuff. I watched my dad just 100%, take control of while I'll watch my mom, pretty much keep the inside of the house clean, cook, do laundry, that type of thing. So I actually kind of grew up thinking that's how it was supposed to be, you know. And then I realized after getting married, like, no, we all can pitch in. It's okay. Like we all do this. So I do think that it's just a matter of how you brought up. And again, I think I'm gonna give her a P if she ain't communicated this, and then I'll give her a V if she have. If she's expressed herself and said, like, I really would like for you to pitch in and help, when you see things around the house, then cool. If she said that, then she's absolutely valid. If not, you can't expect people to read your mind. That's just what I think.
For sure. So let's hit on something really quick. Let me get my vote. My vote is, I think the desire is valid, but I think the form in which it was communicated is a P. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to align with you, Jan, and say that I think that she gets a P as well, because it says here now he's saying I'm nagging, right? Because he's never heard it before.
Hmm.
So she came straight, straight across the board, complaining and nagging. Um, and I'm saying I'm tired of feeling like his girlfriend and his maid, right? I think that's another issue as well, is that she's feeling like a maid, and she shouldn't feel that way, right? She should
Right.
have a desire to serve him, just keeping it straight up, and he should have a desire to serve her as well in the areas in which she know. But Jan, you said something about a silent expectation. That is a major key. Um, I think that a lot of relationships suffer from the lack thereof of just like having clear communication, like clear expectations. Like I've literally voiced this and made sure that you had an understanding of what it was that I was expecting. And so in this scenario, it doesn't seem like he had a fair chance to step up to the plate and to meet an expectation, because he doesn't even know the expectation
Right.
exists.
Right. I agree. And it also sounds like he's willing.
Hmm.
He's willing to get up and do what he's got to do for the house. It's just he doesn't know. He think it's okay.
Hmm.
And then it's like, like we'll do things for so long and we'll feel a way, about whatever it is. Like we'll keep that inside also, and we won't, express our feelings and stuff like that. So then at some point we just boil over and it's like I can't take it. And so I could see at that point how now to him it's you're just nagging.
Hmm.
Like nag, nag, nag. You're not you. you have no reason, basically to be, whatever. It's like I get it.
Yeah, and I do want to say this. As a man, I do think and I do believe, and maybe I'm being biased because the way I was raised and how I was brought up. But I do think that we should be able to see. Um, and it is her fault too. It's her fault because she's, like you said, she's been doing it and not voicing that she's getting frustrated, and she hasn't been requesting. She's been sitting around waiting for someone to fill a void that he doesn't know needs to be filled. Now, what I want to say is, I don't know if I'm being biased because the way I grew up, you should see what needs to be done, and you should pitch in. You should, like, bringing it home. I don't like if you're cooking, I'm washing the dishes or I'm cleaning the kitchen
Mhm.
by default. I'm just gonna come behind you and I'm just gonna do it, right? And like, well, hey, no, you take a break. You know what I mean? You've been sitting here, you did the prepping, you did the pre stuff, you did the front end. I'll take care of the back end. I just think that that is just common courtesy of appreciation and alignment and teamwork. I can't sit back and I reap all of the benefits and enjoy all the fruits of your labor, right? And then I don't come in and meet you somewhere to say, okay, I got you on this part right here. Don't worry about that. So I do think that
Mm.
we should be able, like the other day, not to, share so much of what we have going on, but the other day, um, because I want to keep it about their situation, but just using this as a contrast. All right, we need to do laundry, right? While the wife's in the kitchen doing dinner, I pitch in, had a thought. Let me go do the laundry because I know when she's done here, she's going to pivot to go do that. So when she gets around to asking, hey, I got to do the laundry X, Y, and Z. Well, she's like, I got to put the stuff in the dryer. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's already done, right? It's already been in the washer and it's already been in the dryer as well. All we got to do together now is make up the bed, right? One less thing that your person has to do. I think that that's a very underestimated hmm, I guess component that we miss as men with helping women around the house. Because if you don't help, and even if she don't say it, hear me, she's going to say it in different ways, and it's not fair, and it's immature how she's going to communicate it. But um, yeah, I think that we should just tap in. So you should know it. So I understand her frustration, y'all. I'm feeling like she shouldn't have to tell a grown man that, but at some point don't take that position because at some point he's gonna feel like there's something you doing that he shouldn't have to tell a grown woman to do.
Mhm. I agree with that. And to piggyback off what you said, you basically are saying it's just common courtesy. Like nobody should have to tell you that this down here needs to be straightened up or whatever the case may be. I also want to say something because for instance, somebody like me, I don't mind taking out the trash. But she said that he'll wash the trash just over like, come on now. You should know, let me get up and take this trash out. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that's a man's job. It's not because I'll take it out if it's full and I'm right there. I don't mind. However, I have, guys in the house with me, husband and the son, and they'll make sure it's done. But again, if it's full and I'm right there, I'm gonna just take it out. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand her frustration if she's gotta say, "Can you please take out the trash?" Like, I know you see that, so just like you said, common courtesy. You should just some things you should just know. Like, it should just I don't know, but again, yeah.
And and to be more specific, Jan, with her question, right? Because we did talk about the scenario and the details of it, but to be more specific, her question was, am I wrong for expecting him to help around the house without having to ask him every single time? You are. You are. You have to communicate that. You have to let him know that you want to be met there, that you want him to pitch in and want to serve. Now, you shouldn't. I know you feel like you shouldn't have to, but maybe you're just going to have to communicate this a couple times, and maybe he didn't have that growing up where nobody even trained him or made him recognize that. So
Mm. But you know what? I'm gonna just speak on, well, I'm gonna just say this here, right? So most times, it's just funny. Women, we are so funny. Okay, so basically, if he does decide to get up and straighten up whenever, the next thing is gonna be he's not doing it as frequent as I would like him to, or he's
hmm
not doing it how I want him to. Like, yes, he did clean up the bathroom, but he didn't put more toilet tissue in the bathroom. Okay, he straightened it up, but he didn't mop after he swept. Like it's just gonna keep going. So I do think you have to communicate that, like, hey babe, can you do the bathroom and make sure sweep mop for me, please? Whatever the case may be, and we all good.
I totally agree. But don't get us wrong. It's a healthy expectation and a healthy desire to have a guy or to have a life partner to pitch in. If he sees that the trash is overfilling, yeah, he probably should see that and take it out. So only reason we're giving you a P is because it doesn't seem like you've communicated. It only seems
Right.
like you're silently expecting it, and you're enabling him and allowing him to think that something's okay that's not okay. So let him know this ain't okay. Now, from that point forth, at that point, you need to see some effort. You need to see him taking out trash. You need to see him sweeping the floor. You need to see him doing something that shows appreciation for your request and your expectation. And that's where we at with it. What you got? Any last thoughts?
I have nothing else for you guys. I love these stories. I really hope that you guys continue to send them in. They are so fun. So drop a P in the comments if you think she's petty. Drop a V in the comments if you think she's valid. Y'all know we love to hear from you guys. Shoot us a DM with your story. It seems like that's the way people like to communicate more so. So we appreciate the DMs. We appreciate the comments. Make sure you share this podcast. Please share it. It's super fun. I've been hearing a lot about you guys absolutely loving it. So please make sure you continue to share it with somebody. Um, and, just keep showing us love.
We appreciate it. Hey, and like we always say, all right, don't be petty all your life. Stay valid. And we'll see you on the next one. Holla.